speaking with folks from the fair the last couple of weeks, and Kevin Klein is with us this morning. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning, Gene. Sorry I couldn't make it into the studio and had to call in, but happy to be on the radio anyhow.
No, we're happy to do it, and I think Jeffrey found a picture of you from something somewhere. So if you're watching online, there's looks like you.
Well, I could. I hope it looks good. I doubt it does.
No, it looks fine. This is a busy time. As let's see, you told me you are the general livestock superintendent, and so how are the livestock numbers looking for this year's Eddy County Fair?
The numbers, I haven't actually seen the complete entries yet, but from what we validated with tagging and everything, I think we're pretty much on par, or maybe a little bit higher than we've been the last couple of years. So I can't tell you the exact numbers, but it's pretty comparable to what we've been the last couple of years.
And I know you've shown animals. You have family that has shown animals. Your family's been a big part of that for years and years. When to get an animal ready for the Eddy County Fair, when does that process start for one of these kids?
Well, it varies a little bit by species. With these kids, they spend quite a bit of time getting these things ready. So, like your kids that you'll see showing the market steers and the breeding heifers and market heifers, those cattle, those beef cattle, they start getting those things. They would have started buying their projects for this year in October, November of last year. So they have those things at the house and on feed for quite a while. The lambs, goats, and pigs are usually purchased between February and April in the spring of this year. And then the dairy heifers would be around the same time as those. And then your smaller animals like the poultry and the rabbits would be they have those for about I think about 60 days. So they probably were buying those in May and even into June. 45 to 60 days is, that's just smaller animals. They grow faster and they reach their endpoint faster, so they don't have those quite as long.
Yeah.
And the yearling horses, those as well, would have been purchased back in the winter, probably in December, January, February.
And I'm sure the way the economy, we hear about feed prices and inflation and other things, those factors also affect what it costs these kids and these families to get these animals raised and ready for the fair, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. I mean, the animals that the kids buy to try to compete, and because it is a competition, and so they go look for sort of premier type animals, and the animals start out kind of more expensive than a normal, just a normal cow or a pig, and then with the feed cost going up, just like everything else right now, the feed has definitely gone up quite a bit. I think it's probably somewhere 30 to 40% higher than it was last year, and so it's these kids are really having to dig in their pockets to get these things fed and ready for the fair this year for sure.
That's right. So when do animals start coming into the fairgrounds this year? I know the fair itself starts on the 26th, but in the weekend before that's when that starts happening, right?
Yeah. Last year we actually sort of changed our schedule, and we stuck with that. In the past, all the animals would have moved in on Sunday. Last year and then again this year, the animals will all move in on Monday. So before the fair officially opens, we bring all the animals in Monday before noon. We have a little meeting with all the kids, just go over the rules and make sure everybody's clear on everything. And then we do all of our weigh-ins would be on Monday afternoon, and then Tuesday morning before the fair actually opens. We are getting all those animals weighed and everything so that we can have our classes figured out. And we try to do all that before we officially open the fair, because it involves so much movement of the animals all at one time, and just so before we're open to the public, behind the scenes, we're getting all of that done.
Right. And then, of course, it culminates with the Livestock Sale on Saturday night. And last year that moved from a Saturday morning event to a Saturday night event. What's been the reaction to that change in the schedule? It looked to me like it was very well received.
It was, I think. I think it was really well received. And then, in the past, we've been accustomed to feeding our buyers and our exhibitors breakfast. And changing that to an evening meal and the way our schedule works with our awards and everything, it got a little congested there, and it started a little bit late, and it went a little bit late. So the only complaints that we really had, I think, was just how late that it went.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I think it was really well accepted. We set a record for our sale, the highest it's ever been, the most money we've ever raised for these kids, and so we're going to stick with that again this year. But we have made some changes to hopefully get started on time or even a little earlier, and it's on the schedule just a little bit earlier, and we plan on starting on time this year and hopefully have that thing done a little earlier. But yeah, I think the evening sale was definitely a hit, and we're gonna stick with that. So once all the kids that are successful enough to make that sale, that's why we do the fair. That's why we put so much time in. Most people have no idea how much time we put into this to get it all set up and get everything going.
No, I know it's a lot of work.
So that we can get all those things sold on Saturday and raise some money for those kids. And I think most of them use that for their secondary education or their trade school or whatever they decide to do with their life after they graduate. But that's what it's all about for us.
Now, I know over the past few years there's been a discussion about the future of the fairgrounds, how it's going to look and the facilities and so forth. I know you're part of the master plan committee, and can you kind of peel back the curtain a little bit and share with us some of the thoughts that the committee has on what we might see down the road from the fair?
Yeah, definitely. So we've kind of been, we've been talking about it and trying to figure out what the right way to go is for several years now. And for about the last year, or actually a little bit longer than a year, COVID, kind of messed everything up. But
yeah,
the last year we've really been trying to hammer out a plan, and we've actually got a design for a new show barn, livestock barn and show ring, and also a new exhibit building, which would the livestock barn would replace would house all the livestock, including the horses, hopefully. And it's going to be a pretty large building if we can get done what we want to get done financially and everything. It's going to require some fundraising, but we're really excited about it. And we're actually we've hired an architect out of Ohio, and this architecture firm specializes in equestrian facilities and fairgrounds. So they're very, very, very skilled at knowing what a big fancy barn is supposed to be. And our architect is actually going to be here at the beginning of the fair. And the plan is to have some drawings and, I'm not sure what the correct architecture words are, but some sort of, pictures and stuff of what it's going to look like. And then I think we're even going to have a 3D model. And hopefully we'll have that. That's the plan, if he's able to get all that put together in time. So really excited to show that to the public and let everybody know that, what our plans are moving forward. And it's going to take some time to get there, but we think we've got a pretty cool design, and we're really excited about the future. And it would be, the potential to have like really large events. Not just the fair, but other events that the public would be able to use the building for.
That'd be great.
Buildings.
That'd be great. Yeah. Just a couple of camera positions and a tech room where we can set up all of our gear.
Yeah, that's a good point. We it's going to be a lot more. Like electricity is always an issue at our fairgrounds and cabling and everything. So it's going to be a lot better equipped for the current environment. Our current livestock barn, the main part of it was built back in I think in the 60s.
Yeah.
Or maybe even before that. I should know better than that. I know my grandfather actually had a large part in building that original barn there, but we definitely need some updates and some upgrades, and that's what we're trying to do it in a big way.
Yeah. Well, I know it has really served its purpose, and most people appreciate it for what it is, and it's well utilized now. But yeah, maybe some future updates would be fantastic. Got about a minute or so left. Is there anything else you'd like to mention or cover as we encourage people to get ready for the fair this year?
Going back to the livestock shows, that's my main focus. I love the livestock. I grew up doing it. My son did it. My niece is showing now, and I just encourage everybody that can come out and support these kids. They really do put a lot of work in, and we didn't go over the schedule and probably don't have time to, but the schedule is on our website, eddycountyfair.com. It has all the livestock shows on there. And I guess I could go over real quick that we do our dairy show on Monday. That'll be the first one after the fair, right after the fair opens. And then we'll have on Tuesday, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. I'm going back to the old schedule. Monday or Tuesday evening, our heifer show is after the fair opens.
Right.
Wednesday morning's a rabbit show. The horse open show starts at the same time as the rabbit show, 8 a.m. Wednesday. Then the prospect yearling shows at 2 p.m. Wednesday. Swine show Wednesday evening at 6. And Thursday morning we do lambs and breeding sheep. And then Thursday evening we do the goats. Friday morning will be our poultry show, and then our market cattle show immediately following that. And then we have our the most fun of the whole fair is the lead class, where the kids dress up in clothes that they make and that friends of theirs make, and they have these wool sheep that they lead around, and it's just a really cute little deal, and that'll be at 5 p.m. on Friday. And then, of course, the sale will be Saturday evening at 5 p.m.
5 p.m. So, well, good. Well, we're out of time for this segment, but we thank you so much for your help and support, and best of luck with the fair this year.
Thanks for having me, Gene, and thanks for being so involved with the fair and getting it out there to the public. We very much appreciate KSVP.
Yeah, we're happy to do it. Good news is I've got Jeffrey Curtis in the other room and Haley's in here, so we're going to set the world straight about you coming up in the next segment. So,
oh gosh, I'm going to have to keep listening. Maybe I shouldn't.
All right. Thanks a lot, Kevin. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Let's go.